Today, I will explain the movie called Invasion of the Body Snatchers. 99% of people watched my video but did not subscribe to my channel. Please support me, boss, because one movie takes 1 day to complete. This is very hard work. Okay, sit back and relax. At the beginning of the movie, we can see a race of gelatinous creatures abandon their dying planet and travel to Earth. Landing in San Francisco, they take the form of small pods with pink flowers. Elizabeth Driscoll, a laboratory scientist at the San Francisco Health Department, brings one of the flowers to her home. She awakens the following day to discover her boyfriend Jeffrey Howell, acting cold and distant. Driscoll's colleague Matthew Bennell advises her to visit psychiatrist David Kibner, who is giving a presentation of his new book. As Elizabeth and Matthew drive to the presentation, a hysterical civilian warns them of danger before being pursued by a mob and killed in a hit-and-run, with his body being observed by emotionless onlookers. At the bookstore, Elizabeth asks Kibner for help regarding Jeffrey, but he theorizes that Elizabeth is using the belief that Jeffrey is behaving differently as an excuse to interrupt their relationship. Meanwhile, Jack Belisek, an aspiring writer and friend of Matthew, calls Matthew to investigate when a deformed body resembling Jack is found in his wife Nancy's mud parlor. Matthew goes to Elizabeth to warn her, but discovers a semi-formed duplicate of her. Matthew rescues Elizabeth and alerts the police, but the copies of Jack and Elizabeth disappear before their arrival. Elizabeth deduces that the flowers are involved and examines them at the health department, but failed to find records of it, while Matthew unsuccessfully attempts to alert several government agencies and discovers that several close friends and associates have been duplicated at night. Matthew and his friends are nearly duplicated. As they sleep, Matthew calls the police, but realizes that the department has been duplicated. Matthew destroys the duplicates with an axe before escaping with the others, the pod extraterrestrials, who take the form of sleeping humans as the originals crumble to ashes, set off in pursuit of Matthew's group. The duplication made a shrill scream when they discover a human being among them. Jack and Nancy create a distraction, allowing Matthew and Elizabeth escape back into the city. Matthew declares his love for Elizabeth. Matthew and Elizabeth take refuge in the health department, where they take a large dose of speed, keeping them awake for several more hours. They are soon captured by Jack and Kibner, who were previously duplicated and injected with sedatives, while being informed of their intentions for survivability, though their previous dose of speed enables them to escape and kill Jack's duplicate while locking Kibner in a refrigerated room. Matthew and Elizabeth reunite with Nancy, who has learned to evade the pods by hiding her emotions. The two follow her example, but their cover is blown when Elizabeth screams at the sight of a mutant dog with a human face. They separate from Nancy in their escape and quickly board a truck delivering the plants to Pier 70, with the pods are growing them and intending to ship them overseas to other widely populated cities. While Matthew scouts the area in an attempt to flee aboard a vacant ship, Elizabeth soon falls asleep and is duplicated before the former returns. Horrified and enraged, Matthew breaks into the dock's warehouse and burns down the building, destroyed several plants and killing many pods, before hiding underneath a pier, with more pods arriving in the area and searching for him, confidently asserting that he will soon fall asleep. Nevertheless, soon after, Matthew returns to work at the health department with the duplicated employees, including Elizabeth, and witnesses several schoolchildren being taken for duplication, while more plants are being prepared for the remaining West Coast cities. Afterward, Matthew heads towards City Hall and encounters Nancy, who has remained human when she smiles and calls out his name. Matthew points at her and shrieks, revealing that he is now a pod person. Nancy is now the only human in the city, screams helplessly. This movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.